Now, if you guys have been following the channel for a while, then you would know that I'm a big fan of holding power to account. And this is exactly what lawyer Ashleigh Merchant is doing. Now, if you remember, Ashleigh Merchant was the one to bring up the impropriety case against DA Fani Willis in the Donald Trump Georgia case. Yeah, so now she's actually bringing up yet another injustice in a Georgia courtroom, again, connected to Fulton County DA Fani Willis. Now, Merchant, she came to the defense of another attorney, Brian Steele, who is representing rapper Young Thug, Jeffery Lamar Williams in the Young Slime Life trial in Fulton County, Georgia. So Steele was arrested and held in contempt of court after he confronted Judge Ural Glanville about a conversation reportedly held between the judge, prosecutors, and a star witness. Now, going even further, Glanville asked Fulton County prosecutors, people under Fani Willis, witness Lil Woody, real name Kenneth Copeland, and the witness's attorney, Kayla Bumpus, to appear at a June 25th hearing and show cause for why they should not be held in contempt for disclosing information from the ex parte conversation to members of the defense counsel. So Judge Glanville said that if any of the Fulton County prosecutors who were present at the meeting, Copeland or Bumpus, do not show cause, he would direct the Fulton County Sheriff's Office to take them into custody as well. Translation, Judge Glanville is trying to close ranks to stop possibly damaging information to him and Fulton County DA's office from getting out. Basically, there's a leak, there's a mole, and he's trying to put a stop to it. And like I said, guys, Ashleigh Merchant, she isn't letting it slide. So Merchant told Glanville that he had a duty to inform defense counsels that were ex parte communications were being made, and that the main crux of Steele's argument was that he shouldn't have had to learn it from wherever he did learn it from. So Merchant is also helping the Georgia State Senate go after Fulton County DA Fani Willis. A Georgia State Senate committee investigating allegations of wrongdoing by the Fulton County DA heard more than 3 hours of testimony from defense attorney Ashleigh Merchant that largely went unchallenged by the mostly Republican committee. So the committee of 6 Republicans and 3 Democrats was initiated to investigate whether Fani Willis showed a potential conflict of interest or misused public funds in her relationship with special prosecutor who she ultimately hired in 2021 before they claimed their romantic relationship began. So is this the beginning of a full-on crackdown of the Fulton County justice system? This is what we're going to find out in today's video, guys, so don't go away. We're going to go ahead and dive right in. So first, here's attorney Ashleigh Merchant talking about the Fani Willis case against Donald Trump and her probable link to the White House. Check this out.
I think there's definitely a link to the White House. You know, we have also done open records for all of Miss Willis's reimbursement, her travel schedule, things like that, and they've denied that. And those are things that we should be able to get through the Open Records Act. So we actually had to file a lawsuit under the Open Records Act because they're refusing to give us all those. And those would show if she was reimbursed to travel to the White House, dinners, hotel, flights, things like that. So I think there's something that they're trying to keep away out of our view.
I mean, there's definitely something up. Otherwise, why would they be blocking these lawful requests for information on where Willis was going? With all this happening, maybe it's the whole Fulton County that needs to be investigated, or at least their justice system over there. Am I right? So here's the scoop on the Young Slime Life trial. Apparently, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's office and the judge had a private chat with a witness and didn't let the defense lawyers in on it. Big problem here. You see, in 2022, musician Young Thug and 27 others got caught up in this big racketeering case tied to the street gang Young Slime Life. Now, this trial has been quite the spectacle with its fair share of drama, including some heated exchanges in the courtroom. It even made headlines for a series of controversial moments, including shouting matches between the judge and prosecutors. And now, Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, he's really stirred up because the prosecutor and the judge supposedly told the witness, Lil Woody, whose real name is Kenneth Copeland, that he would be held in jail for the remainder of the trial and that those conditions could be true for all 28 defendants in the case. Now, Steele is arguing that the secret meeting violated standard legal procedures, that a meeting with a witness without the defense present violated procedural rules. Or as Steele put it, you're not supposed to have communications with a witness who's been sworn. He's so frustrated that he's calling for a mistrial, claiming that what happened was outright coercion with witness intimidation. He told the judge that they definitely should have been included in any conversations with the witness. He called the whole thing ex parte communications that they have a constitutional right to be present for. But what do you guys guys think? I mean, he makes a very good point here. Now, as you guys can see, the stakes are incredibly high, and these revelations, what's happening in Fulton County, Georgia under DA Fani Willis's watch, it's shocking. Now, before I continue, all I ask is that you guys take a second, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I want to thank you so much for always sharing these videos. You guys are amazing. I appreciate that. All right, so let's get back to the drama, right? All right, so let's see what else attorney Brian Steele and Ashleigh Merchant has to say about these alleged behind the scenes dealings in the Fulton County courtroom. So yeah, like I said earlier, Steele revealed that the judge and the DA's office met with Copeland and Copeland's counsel earlier in the day, and that none of the defense team, to his knowledge, was aware that this was going on. Now, of course, Judge Glanville, he blew up and said that the meeting was ex parte, which allows the court to meet with one party without requiring all parties to be present, meaning it was just between them without everyone else. Now, Glanville, he went on to press Steele on how he got wind of this meeting. Steele's response: "I'm not going to answer your question, Judge." Now, this response that he gave did not help matters at all. All it did was rile up the judge even more. He sternly warned Steele that if he didn't explain how he came across this information, they were going to have a problem. Glanville said that it's disturbing how Steele has somehow gotten information in regards to the court's private ex parte communication conversation with a party. Now, despite the tension, Steele did not budge on keeping his source a secret. He expressed his bafflement and frustration, saying that he understood that Glanville is upset towards him and he doesn't know what he did. And again, he doubled down and said all he wants to know is why he wasn't there. Now, Glanville, he then raised the stakes, threatening to hold Steele in contempt if he didn't reveal how he found out about, what was said in the chambers. He gave him a quick 5-minute deadline to reconsider before he left the courtroom in a huff. As Glanville walked out, Steele also revealed that Copeland allegedly admitted during that meeting with the judge and prosecutors that he killed Donovan Thomas Jr. Thomas, who prosecutors say was a member of a rival gang, was shot and killed at a barbershop in 2015. Prosecutors argue that his death sparked an escalation in violence between the gangs. Glanville pressed Steele again for his source after the break, but Steele was resolute, even asking the judge to declare a mistrial because his client, Young Thug, did not want to continue the trial without him present. After Steele refused to tell him and signaled he would move for a mistrial, Glanville accused Steele of eavesdropping and gave the attorney until 5 p.m. to think about it, saying that he would be held in custody until then. Steele still refused to reveal his informant and was escorted out of the courtroom, but not before telling everyone in the courtroom how Glanville was removing him against his will and taking away his client's right to counsel. This kind of thing really makes people have zero trust in our legal system. For a judge to just be able to throw someone in jail, some would call this a whole lot of BS, am I right? Despite the ongoing drama and still in contempt, Brian Steele was allowed back later at the DA's request, but was given a firm deadline to reveal his informant or face arrest again. Support for Steele was strong outside the courtroom, with a notable presence of lawyers rallying behind him. Now, according to reports, a sea of attorneys gathered outside the courtroom in support of Steele, including Ashleigh Merchant, president of the Georgia Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers. Steele's law partner and wife, Colette Resnick Steele, she filed a notice of appeal and a motion for bond. By June 12, 2024, the Georgia Supreme Court has stepped in, granting Steele a supersedes bond, meaning he won't face jail time while the appeal on his contempt charge is considered. The court also agreed to hear the appeal, recognizing the gravity of the underlying criminal case. So at this point, they're saying that not only should the judge be disbarred, but the prosecuting attorneys who met with the judge should also be fired, disbarred, and jailed. I mean, this could be considered overreach already by a lot of people. You know what I mean? The team from Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's office also got a huge heads up from the judge handling this young slim life trial. Judge Glanville, who is determined to find the source of this leak, he's called for a contempt hearing for everyone who was a part of this closed door meeting that Steele found out about. After the whole shouting match with Steele, Judge Glanville ordered the Fulton County prosecutors, witness Lil Woody, real name Kenneth Copeland, and his lawyer Caleb Bumpus to show up on June 25th and show cause for why they should not be held in contempt for disclosing information from the ex parte conversation to members of the defense counsel. Basically, the judge is asking them to explain why they shouldn't be held in contempt for leaking details from that meeting to defense lawyers. Judge Glanville warned that if the prosecutors, Copeland, or Bumpus can't provide a good reason for their actions, he would direct Fulton County Sheriff's Office to take them into custody as well. Basically, the The judge is looking to just throw everyone in jail because no one will admit the source of this leak. Now, it just goes to show how bad this thing has gotten over in Fulton County, right? In fact, the Atlanta legal community has rallied behind Steele. Dozens of criminal defense attorneys, they arrived at the courthouse to show their support, and Ashleigh Merchant, who chairs the state's Criminal Defense Attorney Association, defended Steele before Glanville. Ashleigh Merchant told Glanville that he had a duty to inform defense counsels that there were ex parte communications and that they were being made, and that the main crux of Steele's argument was that he shouldn't have had to learn it from wherever he learned it. You see, according to the Georgia Code of Judicial Law, judges shall not intimidate, permit, or consider ex parte communications or consider other communications made to them outside the presence of the parties or their lawyers concerning a pending proceeding or impending matter, subject to the following exceptions. It also states that when a meeting does not deal with substantive matters, the judge must promptly notify all the parties of the substance of the ex parte communication and give the parties an opportunity to respond. And it's not only Judge Glanville that Ashleigh Merchant's coming down on. She was also a recent witness for the Georgia State Senate committee hearing investigating allegations of wrongdoing by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. Republican State Senator Bill Cowsert, chairman of the committee, said that the end game of the panel is to determine whether there has been improper behavior, whether it's been financial irregularities, and whether state laws have been broken. That's the role of this committee. Get the facts, get the truth, and see if they need to build in more guardrails in Georgia to prevent apparent conflicts of interest, abuse of the public trust, and misuse of tax funds. The committee of 6 Republicans and 3 Democrats was initiated to investigate whether Fani Willis showed a potential conflict of interest or misused public funds in her relationship with her special prosecutor, Nathan Wade, who she hired in 2021 before they claimed their romantic relationship began. From their findings, the panel can amend Georgia law or create new legislation, but lacks the power to directly sanction Willis. And who knows, what they find out could form a later lawsuit against DA Fani Willis as well. Now, as we have seen today, the allegations and the actions within the Fulton County courtroom, it reveals layers and layers of complexity and possible breaches of conduct that demand serious scrutiny. Now, this story is still unfolding, guys, and as attorney Ashleigh Merchant leads the charge against potential misconduct, the implications could be huge, not just for those involved, but the integrity of the entire justice system. Now, if you guys have found today's insights into Fulton County's courtroom drama gripping, I got something else you might want to check out. Dive deeper into the rabbit hole with us with another video where we discuss Fani Willis and alleged misuses of taxpayer funds. The stakes are high and the stories are huge. You guys are not going to want to miss it. I'll leave a link for you guys down here or here or here. But I just want to thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on all the latest content. We're here to keep you guys informed and engaged. So definitely join me in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts on these cases. I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, stay safe and take care.